30 minutes ago from y'all. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Glad you got it. We can swear. Andrew will bleep it out in post. He yelled at about that today.
Alright, now try the YouTube.
Okay, I am still looking.
There we are.
Oh, shit. What'd you do?
I had to correct it on the, on like the pre-save.
Gotcha, okay. Okay, so we'll do this, and then we'll do chat. Sick. Okay, I have chat. Is that top chat? No, I just want total chat. You lizard, come on. Excellent. All right, we're finally in. Everybody, we're here. Barely.
We here. We doing it. Hi, Daniel.
We doing it.
We out here for real, for real.
We do be. Did Big Dog get a haircut? I think that's for you. Yeah.
I got a haircut.
You can shave your own head though.
Yeah. I cut my own hair.
Yeah. I could not trust myself with that because I'd be so scared of like sneezing or coughing and zzz,
I'm
like a jackass on myself.
Like, save $50 every time.
And that haircut is not $50, it's like 15. You go to Sports Clips and you're done.
Nah, I think Sports Clips would do a worse job than what I do.
I get my haircut at Sports Clips all the time though.
Alright, in the chat, where do you go to get your haircut?
What is that?
Chat. Comment down below.
Yeah, Sports Clips, Great Clips, your barbershop. I don't know, as long as they can cut the sides of my head and
your grandma, your mom, your auntie.
Dude, my mom used to cut my hair all the time. I miss those days.
Your friend's mom.
My friend's my friend's mom cut my hair. Listen. All right. Well, now that we're a couple minutes in, hello everybody. Welcome to the Amp Lunchtime Live. You're here with myself, Logan, and then
Talon.
Yep. And we're out here finally getting things rolling. A couple minutes late. It's a little weird without Ross being behind the camera.
Yeah.
Telling us to do stuff. We have full reign. We could do anything we wanted to.
It's not exactly. Could we touch the background?
I'm not that adventurous, and I would like to. Because we do have some actually new additions up on the wall. Between the giveaway gun over here, we have the new G&G Pink Love ARs, which are awesome. I am so excited to play with it at Southern Front coming up here. Do we have anything else? My fight carrier's up here, but everyone and their mother has seen that thing. Oh, we have the new Crytek Gen 3 up this way, which you can kind of see.
Some hilarious comment, by the way.
From whom?
I can tell Logan goes to Sports Clips.
Hey. Hey. And? I don't know. There's a cute goth girl that works there, man. Like, I am bound by the constraints of my own humanity. I don't know how to avoid it anymore.
So before the international quarantine, I would go to like a local barbershop as well, who I found out was a Vietnam War veteran. So I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to go support local vet business.
Definitely.
And then we got the big icky stay-at-home rule.
Yeah.
And then I went back once, and then I heard him rattling on and on about how he served within close proximity to Carlos Hathcock. And he talked about how much of a useless drunk he was. I'm like, damn, Marine bad-mouthing Marine.
I did not expect it to go that way. I thought there was going to be like a scalping joke somewhere in there. That like, yeah, he definitely knew how to cut somebody's hair. But like, that is a left field that I did not expect.
No, I was like, oh shit, okay, I guess, I didn't think you were that close, right?
You're like, oh, so you're like, first name basis, like, yeah, that piece of shit. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He had no kind words about Carlos. Which I thought was funny, because I was like, everybody loves Carlos.
But also, didn't the Fat Electrician, on his video that he released, he said that it was like a 50-50 split between people who like loved him, and then, but there was like so many stories of him literally being a useless drunk or a womanizer out in the field that it was like, how credible can he be to all his amazing accomplishments? It's kind of funny, though, that you found a real-life example of it. That's really funny.
It was really cool to see in person.
Yeah. Well, before we get any comments, I know you weren't on the show last week, but how's Black Site? Final Black Site, sadly. I wish it wasn't true, but how was it?
Black Site was pretty good.
Yeah.
If no one's been to that AO, it is a really, really cool AO. It's like one of the cool ones that I like to go to. I was talking about it 3 weeks ago at this point when I was last on, how excited I was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with working with the trailer, didn't get a lot of play time in, but got just enough, so I was able to get some action. Get really tried to burn down the Mark III that's over there, and we had some issues with it. There were a couple other players that I chit chatted with that also had the newer Mark IIIs as well that they were running for the first time at that AO for like a big heavy mill sim. So the Mark III did go down on me a little bit.
It's the one with the red flash hider that you can see up that way.
Yeah, the one at the very far end.
Yes.
But otherwise, the AO was really cool. I thought that there were some pretty good fights, some pretty good engagements between everyone. It's always cool to like go between like woodball and then a little bit of distance, and then going urban, and then like having a good like spacing as far as fighting back and forth. We spent a little bit too much time in the woods for what I would like to.
Were you like in the middle of the property by the baseball field, or were you at the other end?
No, it was by the baseball diamond.
Okay, cool.
So we were like...
Oh, I hate that part. It's so dense. It's so dense right there. Like,
and
almost impassably dense.
Like, you need to, like, fight forward on either side to get to the cool urban...
Yes,
like,
yeah, because that literally runs right through the middle of the entire AO, and then you have that condemned gymnasium, like, right on the other side of it, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like, I really would not play woods ball at a really cool AO that we're not going to see for the foreseeable future unless Cat Williams opens it up.
Damn you, Cat Williams. Damn you for
like,
copying the other comedian who bought a entire military base.
Yeah, like, I could go to TRP to play woods ball, right? A last final show at Black Site, let's get to some buildings.
Yes, yeah.
Which we did get a little bit of building fighting, but it wasn't nearly as like everyone's in every single floor and we need to fight through all the floors. That would have been slick.
Yeah. I am bummed I missed it. I love it. It's one of my favorite AOs that American Milsim has had in recent years, and period I've been doing in recent years. I've been there, 6 times, because Mere Tactical, they used to have games out that way when they were running their Milsim events. Sorry, my brain is all scattered today. When they were running Milsim events, and that was a blast and a half to go ahead and play there. I missed that AO already, and I really hope that Cat Williams has a change of heart, and somebody at least picks it up, because I will go there if anybody picks it up. It's just top 5, definitely top 10, maybe top 5 AOs, just because of how cool it looks. And that's it. Also, the night fighting, if anyone's has been able to go ahead and play the night portions of those games with either night vision or just white light, is just insane, because it's narrow corridors and long. The narrow corridors, and you turn a corner, it's a dead end. It's just everything is so similar, it becomes like a maze almost. Yeah. Which is what I love the most. If you don't know the AO, you're screwed when it comes to trying to figure out what buildings you're going to be in. Yeah. That's, I don't know, me, oogling and ogling over a specific place, but...
Yeah, Daniel, sorry that you had the Mark III go down on you. I know you and I chatted a little bit. But, yeah, I'm unfortunately not too surprised that those shredded on you. But I'm glad you're able to, I think, get it up and working since you did those replacement parts.
He said that they've been replaced and reshimmed, which is awesome. Hopefully it was replaced and reshimmed under warranty. That would be preferable compared to doing it out of pocket, but yeah, good. I'm good to hear that that was done. Let's go through. Don't close. Let's go through some of the comments here on Instagrams.
The Instagrizzles.
Instagrisms. Brady KJ28. Hello. He goes to local barber. Eric, I know you can tell. I cut my own hair. Again, y'all psychopaths if you do that. I can't trust myself with a razor. Don't insert any dark and depressing jokes there. UN1.amigo asks, what do y'all think of the Arcturus? They uploaded some new lines of FE and ETU enhanced replicas. So Arcturus specifically, also we're not touching the background. I'm scared.
I will touch the background.
No, we're gonna get zucked. I don't want to do that again. We've seen it happen with so many people. We've had it happen once or twice. You can explain to Ross at the powers that may be why we can't do lives anymore. It's your fault. But as far as Arcturuses, I've said in the past, I really do like them. Their build quality, I think, is phenomenal, especially their AK models, whether it's the PV-19s or the actual AKs you have. They're solid to the point that if you don't, they have like folding stocks and some other stuff on them, that if you don't properly fold the stock or treat that furniture as it should be, you'll damage the furniture because it's such a tight tolerance. Like the folding stock has a latch that you have to bring down. If you don't bring down that latch, you're going to break the latch. And a lot of airsoft companies use cheaper metals or don't have that much tight of a tolerance, so you can do that and get away with it, but not Arcturus. I really think their externals are fantastic. Internally, I think that they're on par, I would say probably with Avalon's, like VFC Avalon's, like just how well built the gearbox is.
Yeah.
And then I don't think you really need to do anything except to an internally to an Arcturus besides like shimming. Personally, I think that's pretty much where I stand with it.
Arcturuses are pretty solid. I like them. We got a little bit of a buffer. I'm currently doing a build on a Arcturus PP19.
Yeah, you are.
We had some of those electronics go down, and it's just outside of warranty, so going to turn it into a raffle prize for some of the events coming up. So that's been a lot of fun. I do like how solid they are. AKs have always been a little upsetty with me because I don't like how many things you need to take apart.
They have so many external
to like
pieces.
just get access to.
Yes.
Like either the inner barrel hop up or taking the gearbox all the way out. Also, kind of pain in the butt, if you wanted to keep it in AEG, they did the classic Crytek where they're like, we have a quick change spring gearbox.
And it's not a quick feature. You have to take out the gearbox to quick change it.
And you still need to take the gearbox all the way out.
Not
which
a
means
quick
like
change.
pretty much a full disassembly of the AK.
That's not a quick change.
And the Crytek bodies as well.
That's not a quick change.
Yeah, it's almost like don't include the feature if you're not going to keep it a quick change.
Yeah, it's not a quick change. Is I remove the buffer tube or whatever stock, like the Evo. An Evo's a perfect example of it. I take the stock off, which is one button, and I fold it or take it off, either or, and I take the Allen key and I'm done. That is a quick change system, not this. Yeah, you got it for your quick change spring. You have to take apart the gun for it. I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah, how about the classic G36s that were doing that before the Evos came out?
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Same thing. Fold the stock. There's a little plastic plate that's not bolted in place. It's like just friction held, and you just pull it down, and there's your spring.
That's so easy. See, that's a quick change.
That's how they should be.
All these companies thinking they got quick change my butt. Is that a Trevor behind you? No, that is a Silverback right here. Silverback MDRX Micron. Thing is awesome. One of my new favorite builds that came out one of my new favorite airsoft guns, platforms that came out, what was it, last half of last year? Because we were using it at Lib Arsenal.
Yeah.
And that was in October when I was there, when me and you went?
September, October.
Yeah, something like that. I love that gun. It is super cool. Couple upgrades to it, and it'll shoot laser beams. Absolutely love it. Having problems with the motor heat, though. Yeah, Arcturuses do run hot, unfortunately. We've noticed that in the past. It just is what it is, especially when you have higher-end guns that have higher-end motors. They just produce a lot of heat. It's electronics. Thermodynamics, even. Who's the TRP gang this Sunday? Working it is going to be David and Apple. I don't know if anyone else at the office is going to be here or going to be going to TRP. I personally won't. I'm going to actually have to go back Chicago-wise for some stuff. Are you going to TRP this weekend? Because I know there's Gun Gamers on Saturday, then TRP as well on Sunday.
No, I'll probably be chilling.
Good. We all need a break sometimes.
Well, more like editing.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. You're still working. My bad. I still have yet to go to TRP. I've been here for almost 2 years, year and a half, and I still have yet to go to TRP. I just want to go. Everyone's like, oh, TRP. I'm like, I didn't go to TRP yet. Haven't gone to TRP yet. Haven't gone to Mercer yet. I would like to go to Mercer just because everyone here goes to Mercer and there. So, UN Amigo also asks, how does someone remedy overheating? Would that damage over time? Does the Mark II or more Mod 1 mean MOSFET or some included? So to remedy overheating, you can't really do that with a lot of motors unless the overheating is caused, and again, if somebody is way more of a tech guy in the chat, correct me, but at least from my experience, overheating can be caused due to, if it's a tech issue where it's not shimmed properly, too much friction is being applied to the motor, and it gets too hot because of it spinning. But then normally it just gets hot. It's a motor. It gets hot. It's a spinning item inside your gearbox. It just is going to get warm. I have a pretty well-built Fatco gun, and my motor grip gets warm too if I'm absolutely hammering down rounds. But that's just something that normally happens when you have high-speed or high-torque motors. Do you have any? Because you're more of a tech than I am by a quantum leap.
Yeah, I mean, like we did AEGs like pretty much exclusively back up in Wisconsin. I've seen the most motor overheating when it comes to high torque motors specifically, and specifically builds that are going to be as close to an outdoor field limit as possible. I have done super high torque with like M90, M100 springs for super short barrel builds for indoors. And we're talking like 6-inch, 4-inch barrel build. So even if it's a high torque that's pushing the M120, there's still not enough barrel length in order to get that lighter weight BB up to a speed that's going to be too fast for the indoors. So it's just a side effect. One of the high torque motors, they're going to have a lot more movement, which is going to induce more friction as that motor shaft turns over. And then if you pair that with a higher tension spring, like an M120, M130, M140 in certain builds, that is also going to add more resistance to the shaft through the gears. And that's going to induce even more overheating. So it's a little bit of a balancing as far as if you're going to keep those internal parts, try not to spam the trigger too much, or be more intermittent when it comes to spamming those triggers. So be more cognizant of your engagement if you're going to keep those build components. Or go HPA.
I was gonna say or water cooled some of this, but I like your answer better. I like the idea of somebody hooking up a external like water cooling pack like you would see with PC coolers. What is that? HPA? It's like, no, it's water cooled. What? You have a water cooled AEG? What?
I've kind of teased like the idea of getting like a specific like rifle that's still an AEG, but then like converting like the back half of the motor grip so there's a shark bite on the inside.
Okay.
So I can run a dummy hose through it. So I still connect a hose to it that doesn't have active air. And it's zip, 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 zip.
What is that? It's the new HPA model I'm working on. Don't worry about it. What?
Yeah.
That'd be a good April Fool's post. Keep that in your noggin for next year. Callsign Kickback says, I plan on running TRP. Definitely need more stuff from the trailer. We will happily sell you stuff. If I kill over 100 people, would I become drunk? I would become a drunk myself, in reference to Carlos. I mean, fair, I guess. Oh no. Let me scroll back. Wow,
a lot of comments. Thank you guys.
Yay. What's your guys' go-to AEG motors? That's a you question, man. I buy the gun pre-built.
ASG, high torque. I love high torques. I personally don't do the brushless. The electronics have been a point of failure more often.
And quickly on that point, do brushless generate more heat versus? No, they don't. They're not the brushless. They don't.
Brushless, from my experience, from what I've seen, do not induce more heat, but they are more of a pain in the butt because of all the electronics that are necessary to incorporate with your AEG build in order to get that brushless to work correctly in tandem with all the other components.
Yeah. For Kappas, TTI or next speed hop up? TTI, just because they're tried and true. Next speed, or at least tried and true in my experience and what we've seen and what I've seen personally come through. Next speed, I really just don't have hands-on experience with. That's just what it boils down to. I don't know. Yeah. Do you have any experience with high Kappas at all?
No, very little high Kappas.
Okay, so we'll go TTI. Maple Leaf, if you really can, go ahead and grab a high Kappa hop up there for that. Kopechki. Oh, look, it's the nerds. I know where you live.
Actually.
You want my glasses for that too?
I'm sure we've got. Oh, wait.
Where are you going?
I can do a glasses joke.
Okay, if you go do that, I'm gonna go.
No, it's like right here.
Oh, what do you have?
Glasses.
Oh, those are Ross's. Put them back.
But they're pretty clear.
That's...
Actually.
You turd. MSW Super Bowl gentlemen, I'm there. You know I'm there. I can't wait. I'm so excited. That's the one down in Georgia that's like right on the swamp. In December, I'm going. I will do nefarious things for a ticket to go to that game. I'm also running NATO, by the way. I think, Eric, you are also running NATO, so that'd be a good time. Graybush says, I'm 43 and never been to any Milsom event. Never too young to start. I'll tell you that much. Factions Gamer, what's up, guys? Hello, hello. I'm going to switch over to YouTube real quick because we have so many Instagram comments. This is first. I love talking to people. Masubi Tactical, is there a giveaway today? I can't remember if it's today or next week. I think it's going to be next week. I will, at some point, diverge from this in the middle of the show and just double check and triple check. I'll probably check here in a couple minutes, but I think it's going to be next week, and the giveaway details are on our Instagram page. And that post is a really nifty looking EMG red rifle over there. Brandon Fauber, what's up, guys? Hope you are doing well. We are doing fantastic. Blake Wilkinson, the entire love is the definition of this entire live's definition of I'm too poor for real guns. Well, that sucks because as somebody who owns multiple real firearms, I guess I am just too poor for buying all the ammo for those real guns. Oh yeah, and my third pair of nods is on the way too, so I guess I'm just too poor for that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I just got shotguns because,
shotguns but shotguns are cool. Shotguns are awesome.
What is the phrasing that
pistols are meant to put down the enemy. Shotguns are meant to physically remove a piece of that person and throw it to the ground by Clint whomever from Thunder Ranch.
No, not the Thunder Ranch. It's from, I think it's from Garantham, where shotguns are ubiquitous because you can put slug, buckshot.
You can do whatever. You can shoot somebody at 150 yards, or you can just absolutely
literally just clear the chamber, throw whatever you need in there, and
I want to shoot little plastic rubber duckies at you. Here you go, flat.
Buck, up close. Someone's farther away. Slug,
quack. Especially if you get what are those slugs called? Sabo slugs.
Yes.
That just sail for miles.
Yes.
I do not have a shotgun yet, and I am looking to get one. And I would like a classic double barrel, break action, the shells come out, Doomslayer style.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to chop it down because that would be illegal to do, but it'd be really cool if I had one.
Like the classic stagecoach style?
That's illegal, Talon. I can't do that.
But, Biden, get a double barrel shotgun. Just fire 2 blasts in the air.
That's illegal. It's all you need. Don't worry about it.
The president said I could shoot my shotguns wantonly into the air, and there's no consequences.
This is true. The Godfather, the FAL guy, got back to him about the 3 printed mid-cap mags that Ross was talking about for his FAL, which is over yonder. And they are printing. Excellent. That's good to hear. I have been, every time I've been here, look more and more at that FAL, and I think that I might have to get one someday. Brandon Faubert had a blast playing some of us at Libertas in Massachusetts. That was myself and David. That was a really cool AO. I would hope that they get back. I think from some conversations that I overheard, that might be a thing. It's just cool. It's creepy looking, but it's like that weird Silent Hill stuff, especially because the fog was rolling in at the same time. Very, very cool. Pretty great watching you guys at work in the bathroom. Well, we were in the bathroom. I think he's in the bathroom. Don't push too hard.
Don't fall in.
Breadman Airsoft is the gateway today. I forgot. I'm going to go ahead and look that up now. Quickly. Actually, can we?
Well, I can transfer over and start answering questions from.
Yeah, you do that. I'm going to do this.
UN1 Amigo, thank you. Yeah, HB is the final goal. Always is. We're always going to get better consistency and performance overall with HPA. You can get really close with AEGs. I've gotten some very good AEG builds completed in my collection, but it's just a little bit harder to get that really finalized.
Did I guess my Instagram password? I guessed it. Okay, that's funny.
If I don't win the next raffle, I'm squaring up with a kangaroo for real. I feel that.
I don't know if you're gonna win that there, buddy. You can though.
If it's hands only, he might win. If kangaroos are throwing kicks, you're gone. Also, to follow up on the HPA Levar Adventures, what recommendations?
Quick pause. Giveaway is next week, next Wednesday, so we're good. I don't have any more responsibilities for the stream now.
What recommendations do you guys have as far as regulators, tanks, hoses, etc.? I've never dabbled with HPA, so I'm learning as I Google stuff. So first step is going to be the tap for the Levar.
Yes, I was doing some testing with the Levar, and it is far more consistent with the tap. I mean, most things that are green gas are. I was really hoping that I would be able to run a green gas without an issue, but it's not that there isn't an issue, but to have the consistency, especially with the longer range that the full-length Levar has, you want to have that consistency for it. So definitely the tap. I have to stop.
Did you mention the spec of tap?
KWA?
KWA.
Thank you for that. I should know. I own a Levar. The other thing I would recommend is getting a barrel build for it. It is a G&G V2 barrel build. It's a V2. It's a version 2 upper. It's an M4. It's As long as you're a combat machine spec, you can throw whatever you want in there. I'd recommend edgy stainless maple leaf bucking, 70 degree or 75. I would recommend actually probably 75 because I was shooting 4.8s out of this thing stock at 150 feet without a problem. It was sailing them even with the stock internals it comes with. So I'd recommend a barrel build, whatever that may be for you. And then there is 2 other items that we personally don't carry, but I am trying to go ahead and get them into the shop. Is one of which is a short stroke kit, lordy, that allows you, instead of the full, obviously, action, you go down by 50% of racking it, and it'll still rack and load and all that fun stuff. And then there is a valve on the inside by Waldo Dynamics. I believe it's either Waldo Dynamics or Waldo Customs. It's a gas valve that allows you to adjust the FPS or power limit from 1 joule to 2.5 joule, dependent on whatever PSI you're running, whether it's green gas or HPA tapped. But I think those are probably the best upgrades and the only upgrades I would do, especially that power limit, so then you can take something inside without a big deal, whether or not you tap it or green gas it, and also take it outside and get to that DMR/sniper rifle limits if you want to run it as such.
Yeah.
That's where I sit with it. And I'm in the middle of doing the barrel build because I'm doing the short stroke kit later, and then I'm waiting to see what the deets are on getting that Waldo Dynamics or custom valve set is into the shop. It's like $25. But if we can get them in and do some testing, I'd love to get my hands on that first and foremost.
Okay. As far as your specific question of regulator tanks hoses,
Anything?
amped regulator, you're not going to be
Yeah.
shooting super fast, so you don't need like a super high refresh.
No.
Amped custom line, and then
Do we have amp tanks?
we have
An
amped
tank.
SLP converter.
Yeah, there we
tanks.
go. All amp products. Use all of our amp products. And you also don't want to be putting more than 80 PSI in that thing because it's a green gas rifle. And just like with a high kappa or an AAP01, be careful. Yeah. Were you around? Yeah, you were around when that guy plugged an HPL into his, what was that G&G, like PC, like it's the pistol, but it looks like a Keltec.
Yeah.
And it blew up.
Yeah, the G&G SMC9.
There we go, yes.
And he used a Tippmann direct pressure.
And it
line.
blew, it was in pieces.
So all 800 PSI from the tank into that.
It's a hand grenade.
Yeah.
That's what scares me, folks. Please, for the love of God, use SLP when playing Airsoft, unless you have a Tippmann. Don't do anything else.
Eric says he is indeed running NATO.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is very upset because he's running Rust 4.
That sucks, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want from me. I'll kiss it and make it better.
He says he's going to be dragging the PKP around.
Okay, so I have to make a mention. Alex, your kit at Blacksite, I was watching his videos and David's footage as well. You look like a damn unit, and it was so funny watching you try to be dragged by one kid, then a third kid shows up, and then and just pulling you across the concrete, and you're just like, he ended up shrinking in his vest, like his vest kept coming up this way. He looked like the turtle from Master of Disguise, just like this. That was one of the funnier things I think I've seen all year. And it's only May, June, July, April, one of the months. I'm tired.
Alex also commented he needs an opinion on the max hop up to go AEG to GBB.
Wait, go from AEG, like GBB bucking? I think they make, the max hop up that they make that uses GBB buckings is for AEGs. So you could just use that. I don't have any hands-on experience with that because if it's an AEG, I'm just going to stick to like maple leaf buckings because I've used those for years. Or if Primary Purple would bring back the original purple bucking recipe, that'd be sweet because those were the best. But I think Max's GBB hop-up unit or GBB bucking hop-up unit just drops into an AEG, correct?
I don't know 100%. I've like dabbled in this a little bit, seeing that it was on Max's website, but I would probably not go with it because what's the point of putting a GBB inner barrel in your AEG when you can just use standard AEG inner barrels? And then there's, in my opinion, no real advantage to running a GBB bucking because if you're going with like a standard Maple Leaf makes standard AEG buckings, unless you really want to go super crazy and get like one of the bolt action VSR buckings, in which case you can also get an AEG bucking in a very similar degree.
Okay, so
hardness.
Yeah, so I'm looking at a website and it says that the Max M4G, which is GBB version of it, is the AEG hop-up chamber that just uses GBB buckings. So you're more than welcome to do it. If it works well, like tell me, and we can start recommending it to customers. Again, I don't have any hands-on experience with it, so that's what it says. Look, the internet's never wrong, right? Right, Talon? The internet's never wrong?
Internet's never wrong.
Never wrong.
First-hand experience, never wrong.
Never ever.
A couple more comments. Hanson Curtis 37,000. I have a Crytek PDW and I'm looking to put a Polar Star Jack in it, but I don't know what one to put in it. So
you have a PDW 7. Oh, the tiny little guy.
Yeah. So you're just going to use like a normal M4 jack. That's it.
V2 kit. Those are standard V2 internals. So next comment, next question.
Yeah. Gray Bush. Little boys have to head back to work. Have a great day. Be safe out there. Stay safe, Gray Bush.
Bye. I'm gonna go to use the restroom real quick and leave my mic here just in case.
Really quick, Logan. If I dye some ATEX to purple, will you run Rust 4 with Alex?
No, wait. ATEX FG to purple? It's gonna look like crap because you have to dye it. There's a whole conversation I can have on that. The answer is no. Maybe.
It's a maybe.
Send me feet pics and then I'll think about it.
He's now gone maybe. All right, let's swap over to the YouTubes. Ba-ba-ba. Not a whole lot more comments. Da-da-da-da. Giveaway is tomorrow. And then Brandon being like, dude, it's 8 minutes from the house, great AO. If you're referring to Black Site, yeah, it is a really good AO. I really like it. It's a shame that, unfortunately, no more as of right now. Eric, yeah, you did miss most of the context of the conversation until it led up to feet picks. Logan, I guess, is going to be trading some purple ATEX gear for feet pick, just so he can run Rust 4 with everyone else. Josh, yo, how long does it usually take to get sent your custom builds? It depends on how long or how many custom build orders we have in. So currently we have an estimated build time of 7 to 12 days, if I remember correctly. We did run a sale, so we are a little bit backed up from our Easter sale over the weekend, but roughly around 2 weeks maximum for us to send that out to you guys. Do you guys have a bundle on your site for the regulator, line, and tank? We have a bundle for the regulator and line. I think we have something for the tank, line, reg as well. We are utilizing the HK Army tanks specifically, but you will get your option of line length as well as line color if you wanted to go with that bundle. Alex, Logan does love you. He just has a different way of showing it, unfortunately. Y'all getting a batch of Article 1s in soon? We're trying to. We always try to regularly keep up on the Wolverine products, especially when it comes to those MTW builds. We really, really, really like them. I'm pretty sure everyone in the office that runs and plays Airsoft does have an MTW of some sorts. They're just solid. Like, as far as like an out-of-the-box HPA build, you really can't go wrong with it. Even having built a custom HPA build for a customer that did an HPA mystery box. He did a $1,500 HPA mystery box. We built him a custom G&G PDW with an engine. I forget exactly which one was in it. We did a couple other upgrades, sent it out to him. It was shooting really well, was really happy with it as far as the performance with that short of an inner barrel length. And then he emails in and he's like, hey, it's not performing as well as my MTW. Like, well, of course. MTW standards are really high, and then, like, a custom HPA build can only go so far. It's not going to exceed an MTW performance. That's just crazy unrealistic.
Me realizing I put the mic right in front of you, so it's going to be really fun for Andrew to edit the audios because they're going to be kind of overlapping.
No, it's all good. He can just change the layers and then cut yours out.
This is why you're my editor. What'd I miss?
Not a whole lot. Yeah, not a whole lot more comments. Although Eric's in here.
I came back to talk of feet pics. Yes. It's our new form of payment. Instead of taking PayPal or credit cards, we take feet pics. You can find us at Airsoft Official at feetfinder.com for more information. What is the most he also asks, what is the most overpowered piece of airsoft gear and why is it your legs? Because you never skip leg day. I have nothing else to add to that comment. You just never skip leg day.
Never.
Speaking of which, I need to go hit leg day. I've been out of the gym for a week.
I did legs on Monday.
I've been out of the gym for a week because I got MSW black lung. That was horrible. I think I was fighting an upper respiratory infection for 2 weeks. I have never felt cruddier after an event in a long time. Remember back in the day, Airsoft Republic, they went to the Rantoul Air Force Base?
Yeah.
Remember how sick I was after that? For a week, I was coughing up literal stuff, like black crud, because I laid in a pile of asbestos and mold, unbeknownst to my own knowledge, so I look back at the footage. Cool AO, not great. I should just start wearing a respirator every time I go play Air BB Wars.
Mini Mink, yes, you are going to want to get the SLP tank. SLP stands for super low pressure, and that's going to be the best option for you.
Mm-hmm. Anything else on Instagram?
Cadden, I ordered one, but there was a stocking issue, and it was actually unavailable.
What do we do?
Which one? I mean, we do regularly, unfortunately, run out of
article
ones.
I think I literally messaged him today about it. Yeah. We go through so many orders a day that sometimes we just miss them ones and twosies, which is unfortunate, and we hate seeing that happen. But the good thing is that if you wanted that item and you're super sad on it, we can always turn around and ask Wolverine, hey, ship us another one ASAP so we can get it out to you. So just message us. We're here to help. It's what customer service does. Mountain Man Airsoft, AmpSLP is goated. Didn't realize that I was running on 800 PSI tank and haven't had an issue with it. The host just popped after 2.5 years. Well, I would not recommend having the SLP on an 800 PSI tank, as they are technically only supposed to be rated up to 300 PSI. That's kind of what the amped SLP is for. We do have regulators that we sell that are for normal 800 PSI tanks, like I believe the Cat 5 and the Polestar MRS. Those you can put on a normal high pressure tank or normal pressure tank. The SLP, the amped SLP, the reason why it's at a fraction of a cost of when it compares to the regulator, the Cat 5 and the Polestar reg, is because we were able to design it with them going on those super low pressure tanks. So I would recommend that you switch over immediately to an SLP tank, because if it breaks, that's a problem. That's all. And unfortunately, we are not able to go ahead and warranty that because it's not being used properly. So please switch over to a 300 PSI tank if you have not already.
Mm-hmm. Mini Mink, you guys have the KWA adapter 2.
Tank. Okay.
Yes. So if you search for amped adapter or amped tap adapters, there's going to be a drop-down selection, and we do have the KWA ones available.
And Mountain did get a new tank. Good. All right. I don't have to chastise you anymore. Here's your gold star for that one, buddy.
How about re-hitting Eric's question, the first half of his comment? The most overpowered piece of airsoft gear?
Okay. Well. Ooh! Here's a fun one. I don't even think it's OP. It's just fun. No, I'm going to go OP, then I'm just going to do fun to use. OP would have to be any sort of launcher or pyrotechnic device or anything that's able to be a force multiplier while you're on the field. Personally, I think that's not night vision anymore. I think right now, now that I'm speaking, I'm going to retract those words. I think thermal. Thermal goggles or thermal scopes are the most OP because you are able to see through bushes. You're able to see in the dark. You're able to see anything, even through walls sometimes if the walls are thin enough. Somebody's been standing against the wall and the heat comes through. We've all seen that happen in movies. It does happen in real life. I think thermals are the most OP because you are just able to see everything. And especially people who are in ghillie suits and aren't properly, covered up. Well, that sucks for them, but they're standing out in the middle of this right now.
Yeah.
That's my take.
I have a meme one
Oh,
for going to Milsim events.
Okay.
The most OP piece of gear
okay.
is the Odin speed loader with the silicone silencer that you keep in your backpack so you can reload your magazines while in the middle of an engagement.
So you're that cheater. So you're the reason why we have to cut out so much content from our videos.
No,
Definitely not me
no.
doing the same thing, because that's illegal.
Listen, I just keep it on me so it's super easy access when I need to go back to the fob to reload my magazines.
Not just like having it in your fob bag, but on your person. You don't want anyone to steal your Odin because
That's
you have
right.
special BBs in there.
That's why I have 4
I
water
see, I
bottles
see.
in my backpack as well.
I see.
And that's where all my extra magazines are, even though I definitely keep the cap of 6 magazines that I'm required to have at most events.
At most 6 mags. We never ever go above 6. I definitely don't have 10 purple EPMs that I keep on my kit at almost all times.
I have my 6, and
Yeah.
I have 4 of my
Buddy
buddies.
mags. They're buddy mags. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely don't have. It's all buddy mags. I really want to put out that video of David not knowing you couldn't reload at AMS.
Oh, my bad.
Reloading, he goes, oh.
The
and just-
sad tip out of BB.
we might include it. It's very, very funny though. David, our trailer guy, he was reloading just in the field because he just was, and one of the AMS refs were like, "Hey, you can't redo that," and it was very cordial interaction. He goes, "Okay," and just the sad. Just takes the BBs in his bag, just tips them onto the ground. You could hear the okay in his voice, and it was one of the funnier things. Again, I've watched those black site clips that you guys are showing me have some really good content to them.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm gotta go back to it. I'm super bummed I missed it, and I'm excited to go back whenever that happens. Cat Williams, hit me up. I'll pay for it. I don't know.
Well, he got it for a steal. That whole AO was originally $5 million. He
I
was
thought it was way more than that.
no,
because
$5 mil.
that's
And then went on sale, and he bought it for 1.5.
that was only 1.5.
Yeah,
Bro, we could have financed that.
Probably.
I would have figured it out. I would have done again nefarious things. $1.5 million for that whole place.
Amps remote outdoor field.
I would do that 100%. I'm
You know.
moving down to somewhere where it's warmer, doesn't have harsh winters, and it's arguably going to be cheaper to live than most of the country because it's in the middle of nowhere, Anniston, Alabama. I'm down. I remember where they used to have a dog training facility on there, and we were playing one of the games, and they had the dogs in the kennels, obviously inside one of the buildings, completely separated from the rest of the AO and all that, and the middle of the night's going on, and the dogs just howling in the middle of the night. It was very creepy.
It was just like that. We dropped the trailer off at like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And the dog barking was reverbing off of
They were
the
still
building.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, because at the other black site, oh no, they were there, but I think they had like 1 or 2 dogs.
Yeah.
One of them got out.
Yeah,
but-
they closed up the kennels during like when players were there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like when it was Thursday night and we are dropping the trailer off, like
Got it.
the barking off of the closest building and like, ooh, it was spooky. And
Yeah.
it's dark, so I'm like, I really hope there's not actual dogs on the AO that are just roaming free.
Oh yeah, when we were there for Black Site 3, one of the dogs actually got out of its kennel and ran towards the trailer, and me being a goober, I was like, "Oh, doggy, come here!" And I'm like asking the dog comes up to me, and I pet it. Very friendly dog, very big dog, very very large animal. I'm like, "Oh, it's so fluffy," and then ran right back to the kennel. I'm like, I would have loved to have said hi to you more, and they're like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "It's fine. It's cold and I'm tired. This is great." God, what a cool AO. I'm going to keep talking about it if I don't shut up soon enough. So, Dylan asks, I got a question. I have a Heretic Labs Article 2. Can the Monk Inner Helix 7-inch and Outer Barrel Bayou 7-inch fit with it? So, I don't know about the outer barrel of it because we had a guy recently who got a Monk Customs outer barrel and there was some sort of fitment issue with it. I forget what it was. I think it was too loose. Like, the spec didn't fit, so like he screwed it on and was like rattled it around. Something like that. But, again, I don't know off the top of my head. I would assume that if they are mil spec or as close to mil spec as possible when it comes to Monk actually has some pretty good fitment stuff, then I would assume it would work. But I can't remember if it was Monk Customs or what's the other outer barrel carbon fiber stuff we consistently carry? Is it AirTac? Is it...
Yes, AirTag.
AirTac. It might have been AirTac as well. I mean, the worst thing that you do, right? And this is something that I tell all the customers is like, hey, I'm fairly certain it works. I've seen it done, I'm sure, or if you Google and research it yourself and you see it done, awesome. Buy it, and then at the end of the day, if it doesn't fit, you're more than welcome to reach out to us so we can go ahead and return it. And that's what I recommend when people have the outer barrel stuff, because specs are always different. You're never going to know till you try a lot of the times, and sometimes you just get those cases that you're the first person to try it, or you physically just can't find a receipt online that says anywhere that somebody's tried it. So if anything, buy it and return it. Don't take that seriously, though, for everyone else watching it. Just this one guy gets to do it, and no one else does. I'm not dealing with all your returns.
You missed one comment up above Dylan's.
Oh, if you guys had to get all of your pews and only keep one, what would it be and why? Oh, I don't want to answer that question. It makes me sad. Probably my Fatco custom. Probably my Fatco custom. I love all my guns equally. I love my Flak 10. But my Fatco custom is just bulletproof. I think that's probably, that would be it.
I would...
And it's so universal. Yeah,
It's between my VFC SOP mod that I could do AEG upgrades internally. So then it's like a high performer that I could take indoor or outdoor.
It's kind of my Fatco is, yeah.
Or it'd be another KWA, like one of the T10s.
You are a legs wide open person for KWA.
Dude, right? when I'm like first, second story and I'm throwing my KWA onto the ground and nothing happens to it,
that's
like
fair. They are solid guns.
When I go end of the barrel here, end of the stock here, and I'm grabbing right at the front of the receiver, and I'm doing chin-ups.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, this is the only body in Airsoft that's not going to buckle in half.
And there is video proof of this, by the way, if anyone wants the receipts. I have seen it. It is kind of wild.
I still have that clip.
I know. You bring it up consistently enough for me to know. Yep, I know.
Like, this is the standard of body specs that I need.
Look at
Why does no one else do this besides KWA?
Looking at you, Crytek. I didn't say that.
Yeah. Not like I've ever had a little bump on a wall and shattered my receiver. I wonder if I still have that clip. That's kind of...
No! We just randomly throw up on some like random YouTube channel with no association. Oh, go to Reddit forums. Oh, look what happened here, guys.
It's literally indoors. I like shift my weight and the stock hits the wall as I toss a grenade in, and the bump felt funny. So I looked down.
You showed me this clip before.
And I looked down and I'm like, oh my god, that receiver is seared by that receiver pin.
Yeah, it's
all the way around.
It's in the classic like U shape right behind the grip as well to both the rear body pinholes right there too.
Yeah. And I was like in the middle of like door push, CQB, we're going, and it's like full stop of like, what the heck? Crytek, what? It was a take me out of the mood moment.
You're like, I'm gonna go home and cry now.
This sucks, I don't have a gun.
Eric also says, you cannot pay me to live in Alabama. Their college football fans scare me. Have you ever partied with Bama fans? It is wild. And I'd give it a second try if you could. That one guy, do you know if we will ever see GBBRs that are HPA tapped out of the box using AG mags or HPA guns with a blowback system with modern replicas? So the first one, no. Because GBBs are meant to be used for green gas CO2. Now the second part of your question, yes, they're called Daytona builds. They are gas blowback, HPA tapped rifles. Look up a Daytona airsoft gun, like literally Google Daytona airsoft gun. They have their website and they have everything from M4s to AKs to LMGs. They're really cool. They're very expensive. They're reliable until they're not because of how many moving parts they have. But every single one that I've seen on the field, it is so cool. There's a guy up at Black Ops in Wisconsin area. He runs a Daytona 249, and that thing just sounds so cool. It sounds very mean. I would like to get into Daytona, but I'm afraid of the maintenance. But yeah.
Who did that comment? That one guy?
That one guy, yeah.
So I was around when the first version of the Titmans came out.
Yeah, that was like the quintessential.
That would have been the model to get. Yeah. And then the V2 came out. I still had my OG V1 with full Magpul furniture because everything was mil spec on it.
Yeah.
And I ran that thing like a horse.
Yeah. I remember you did not go to a game without it, man. And that was so many days.
I always pack 2 guns. Now, depending on what I'm bringing, if it's like for footage, for testing, I might bring 3 guns.
Mm-hmm.
When I had that Tippmann, it was always my backup. No matter what, that Tippmann was
Never
in
died.
my gear bag.
That thing never died.
Yeah. Like, if it was inclement weather, if it was raining, if my first gun went down, Tippmann was the backup. I think I even had a amped slide check line.
Probably. That was, what, 7, 8, 9 years ago?
Yeah.
God, so long. That was arena days, man.
That one, I think I regret the most of all of the guns I've gotten rid of.
I remember I had the chance to get a V1 in the middle of the pandemic, and I didn't because I was working on building my other ones, and I dropped the ball on that so bad. Because those were just some of the best guns out there. He follows up saying, I don't understand why GBBRs can't be HPA tapped out of the box. Seems like a very possible thing to do. It isn't due to the way their systems are ran. They have to have some sort of reservoir system and stuff. I don't know the internals of GBBRs nearly as well to like answer that question specifically. But it is just the way that system is. The recoil system, the springs that are in it, they model very closely to real firearms when it comes to the sears and stuff. And it's a simple yet complicated system, but you need to have certain checks and balances when running HPA tap stuff. Again, I would really implore that you look into Daytona guns. That is going to be exactly what you were asking for. And also there's a distinct market between GBBs and HPAs, and then obviously the Daytona guns that getting an HPA GBB like that out of the box, unless it's a Tippmann from day one, isn't going to be something that's just going to come back anytime soon. Unless, makes the AK that Kevin was toting around all the time. Remember that?
Yeah.
But, like, that's very similar to, like, what a Tippmann system would be. But what do we have on? We haven't been to Instagram in a little bit.
What up, Dan, my man?
Wait. Is that Dan?
That's Dan.
Dan! I love you. I miss you, man. Come out to Pittsburgh. Visit us. We live here now.
What's the biggest upgrade to an HPA rifle from B. Brown?
Barrel build? If you're going from a stock gun, like if I'm taking a G&G combat machine, throwing a Polestar jack into that, get a barrel build. It doesn't matter what barrel build, just a barrel build. Anything to upgrade that performance to reach out and touch somebody. Because I'm assuming you already have your engine you want, your line reg and tank. And then after that barrel build, that's pretty much it. Then you'd go upgrade trigger and then a carbon fiber tank.
I think what a lot of people also fall short on is making sure you're setting your FCU settings to the BB weight that you need.
That is also true, yes.
For your build. Like
yeah.
Set your dwell, set your pop it, check all of those so that you can have as efficient of a build as possible.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. Yes. Anyway. Moving on.
Kanato Vera. In a few days, I'll be converting my VSS Vitares to HP with all the stuff I bought from you guys. Wish me luck.
Dude, send us a pic when it's done. That is awesome.
ML36 has entered the chat. Just don't be poor. Cries in crippling debt.
Dude, you're the one who buys the pyre from us, man. I should just, you buy something and just immediately decline and reverse your payment. To help you save money, to, buy a house or something, Alex. Not spending thousands of dollars on pyrotechnics every time I see you. Or buying an AEG and then within 5 minutes turning around and going, I'm going to buy this engine instead. And then literally HPing it at the field. Psychopath.
What's up, Boik?
Boik? Is that his
Boik.
name? Call sign Boik?
Boik.
Boik.
Boik. That's almost like tube.
Tube. I'm horny.
I'm horny.
No, stop.
Lift weights, gym, horny.
I am scared, and we have like 5 minutes before we end the live.
Bro, I'm gonna go feral.
Please no. Please no, I work with you. I don't live with you anymore. I work with you now. There's still. Oh, so we got anything else here? I feel called out. Boinkish or boikish. I'm not gonna say that out loud. Y'all can read the comments for that.
Whatever.
Your Honor, my client was in goblin mode. Your Honor, my client pleads oopsie daisy. Can we take him from felony rapscallion
To knucklehead.
to the misdemeanor knucklehead? Is that something that we made up, or did we see that somewhere?
No, we made that up.
because we were just drinking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there peacefully. Yeah, I did it.
I did it.
I went
Honor.
feral.
Your Honor, please disregard his comments.
I saw red.
You just come at a guy like swinging like this the whole time.
I saw weights. I had to lift them.
I had to lift him. I don't know. I'm sorry that poor child was in the way. I had to go lift that weight.
I'm sorry the muscle mommy was right there in front of me. My bad.
My bad. I had to show off a little bit. After these lives, I get so drained because all of my energy is poured into this. And then I just go back and start eating Doritos and drinking Pedialyte because I need energy for my body. Unlifted weights, gross. Had to fix it. Thank you. Eric understands it.
Eric gets it.
I'm so sad I can't go to GGP this weekend now. I'm praying I get 2 flat tires on my way to Chicago on Friday so I can turn around and go right to the landing.
You know what this means? This means you have to spend Chicago lifting heavy.
I was going to make a really, really funny joke, and I can't say that on the live. I will tell you afterwards. I'm going to type it in real quick.
I think I have an idea. Yeah. I figured it was along the lines.
Wugget Biscuit says he has 2 questions. Sorry you missed that. What do you guys think about the HPA kit for the Chris Vector? And the second question, how do I fill my air tanks at home? So firstly, and then after this, I think we're going to get any last minute things, and then we are going to be done because it's about 2:01. But firstly, the HPA Chris Vector kit, awesome. I think it's great. I've seen it in the wild a couple of times, and it's just cool. Chris Vectors are just cool replicas to have. So having an HPA replica is even cooler. Have you had any hands-on experience with the Chris Vector? Because I know some people up in the Wisconsin area, like at Arena, had one.
Yeah.
There's like 1 or 2 floating around up there, and I know TJ. Didn't TJ have one at one point?
He
Just
had
the PRC kits.
Yeah, he had a KWA gas blowback, and then ended up with a few AEGs, like in his time flipping them.
Yeah.
I had a gas blowback KWA Vector.
But the HPA kit specifically, like the drop-in HPA kits for the AEGs.
I haven't seen the HPA drop-in kits. I've had to work on the AEGs.
Yeah.
Vectors, and those were a pain in the butt.
Yeah, so if you get HPA one, I would do that then.
Yeah. Spend the time, rip those internals out, throw an HPA kit. Make sure you do it right the first time, so that way when you install it, put it together, you never have to take it apart again.
There we go. That's good advice. And then, as far as filling your HPA tank at home, it is difficult unless you have the correct compressor. A lot of home compressors don't have the. I'm going to look at it in 5 seconds. A lot of the home compressors don't have the juice to get up to that 3,000 psi mark. They are typically used for filling tires and things like that. Get up to 150, 200, 300 psi, something like that. I would recommend getting an air fill station specific compressor, and you can get them from Umarex, or I think we do carry one from Umarex.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the simplest thing would be finding a scuba shop near you, or finding a paintball shop or something like that that has the ability to fill up your tanks. You can, and I've done this in the past, use a HPA bike pump. It is literally a bike pump designed to fill up small 13 cubic inch tanks, the small little guys. It took me like 20 minutes to fill up one tank. But hey, you filled up your tank. But if you're looking to simply get enough air into your system to test it, I'd recommend that bike pump system and a smaller tank. You're going to have a great workout.
You're going to get a great pump in.
Yeah, you could get...
I remember helping you out at the event.
Yeah, what was that power? That hero was like, Talon, help me out here. And we're just like going at it.
Yeah.
That was the worst. Our arms felt great afterwards, I'll say that much.
We only filled your 45 halfway.
Yeah, that was like after 25, 30 minutes of just constant hell. That was not fun. Okay, last thoughts, and then we gotta scramble lamb.
Yes, Boyk, a 10,000 psi compressor will fill it. You just need to be extra careful that you're watching the gauge on the tank, that it does not exceed the 3,000 psi.
Just imagining. Oh, yes, oh, come on!
Yeah, as you're holding it, nonetheless.
Have you seen those videos of the HP tanks going off on people
No,
on like Live Leak?
it terrifies
What used to be Live Leak. It was. I got some clips to show you. It is.
Which is why I hold tanks so that the head is away.
Have you ever seen hamburger? Oh, that doesn't matter. Have you ever seen hamburger meat?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad.
I know.
They call him Stumpy for a reason.
I know.
But final comments, final everything else. You guys gonna be at Stag Spring Offensive this year? Yes, I will be. I'm dragging him along. He is coming with me. Yes, that is a thing that's gonna be happening. Bragg, I'm the one who gave him the nickname. I'm the official source, you fools. Good for you. Full send. Cool. I'm gonna steal my dad's 10,000K compressor. Do that. Be safe. Have fun. And on that note, I think we're gonna cut off here. Anything else you need to say to the crowd?
Not really.
No. Cool. Well, that was a very uneventful sign off. That's it. Don't forget to go ahead and check us out on YouTube, Instagram, all those other fun things. We have the giveaway next Wednesday. That post is in our Instagram. It is that red, pretty Airsoft gun. That is going to be done, like I said, next week at 1:30. Check us out this upcoming weekend at GGP and TRP. Then moving on to next month, the very first week of the month, we will be at Southern Front. So you'll see myself and David there. Can't wait for that. Never been a D14. Excited to go. And then any other events online on our event page will be there as well. So we will see you guys next week. Don't harass us too hard. And yeah, sign us off, Talon, while I look into the camera and try to connect with people on